Hey guys,
Oh yeah.
hopefully you can hear me because I didn't do any mic checks before this because Crackhead and Chris are both pricks. Alright, that's the intro.
I made a funny that's what she said joke and now she's angry.
Hey, can I kick you from the call? Is that a thing that I can do? Wait a minute,
Not
let me
this
see.
time. Nope.
I'm not the owner.
I'm the
Don't
owner, so I
kick
can
me.
remove you from
Don't-
the group.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Art. Even if you could do
Uh.
that, we're having so much technical difficulties right now. Maybe don't make it worse.
Yeah, don't make. Yeah, I wouldn't actually do that. That would just make it so much worse. By the way,
You
hey
would.
Aaron.
You would.
I wouldn't. I would only do it if we were in a server, not if we were in a call.
Well, okay, to be fair though, let's think about it. She doesn't know technology. She would fuck shit up unintentionally.
Dude, yeah. That's yeah. I do that. Okay,
I
moving
love
on.
this intro.
Shut up.
This
Nobody
is
asked
amazing.
you.
I'm just being honest.
Nobody asked you.
It's positive feedback. What are you talking about? I'm saying it's good.
It's feedback, that's for sure.
It's feedback, my good sir.
Well, I mean, if you want actual feedback, then I could just do this.
What?
Oh, I see what you're doing there. I see what you're doing there.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Rude.
Anyway,
All right, let's get started.
We are 9 minutes in, and we have just been insulting each other. Okay.
What else is new?
You know,
there's nothing new at this point.
That's completely true. All right. Well, our topics are first topic, I
Wait,
guess.
just realized we haven't even introduced ourselves outside of Art Dog's introduction.
It's on screen though. Real Redacted's at the bottom, and he's all glitchy. You're falling out of your chair and taking your sign that says D Oblivious Gamer with you. And I made a crappy thing that says Art Dog Designs in cursive because I hate print.
Understandable.
Fair enough. Alright, what topic do you got for us today, Art?
Alright, first...
Very smooth segue right there.
Very nice. Very, very nice.
Who are you people? I don't know you.
Screw you.
Oh, Art Dog, I just realized the chat is actually underneath the banner.
Oh, it is.
Oh, this
I
is
didn't
amazing.
set this up
Oh,
before.
It can't even be seen because
can't
it's
be
freaking
fixed.
white.
It can't...
You have to drag the chat box over the top.
It
Does it
is.
even matter on a podcast if they're watching? They're obviously paying attention to the chat
Boom.
beside them anyway.
Boom. It's over Crackhead.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. For me, it is.
It takes a few seconds to update, so how can you
I know it
even
does.
know that?
Haha.
Oh, there it is. Nice.
Yeah, there it is now.
I'll just put it in the
Actually,
middle
funny
and I'll
if that
fix it
actually
later.
works.
There we go.
Yeah, Crackhead is the chat box. Boom. All right.
Perfect.
I think this just shows Art Dog's content.
Mm-hmm.
Look, man. This is why I always have people in my streams to bully instead. I mean, talk
Because
to.
you yourself are not funny enough to succeed on the internet.
Yeah. But
Oh,
I'm funny
okay,
enough.
just- never
Which
mind.
is why she's confirmed it for us. Thank you.
Just rotate it and put it on Chris's sign. You know, you're not wrong.
That'd be a good idea, but that'd also make it like annoying to read, and I'd put it in such a weird spot on the screen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it would. I think I know where I'm gonna put it during.
It's a good idea though.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I have a few adjustments that I want to make to this picture, so I think I will try to do that. Cause like I didn't blur Chris's sign enough, and I didn't
I think
write my
you-
name well.
Your name looks good. My thing looks like something out of Call of Duty, and then Chris's looks fine, except for the fact that like his sign is the letters are so light that it's hard to read.
That is
Yeah,
true.
I need to darken.
I didn't even
those.
realize it said Day Oblivious Gamer until you said that, and then I looked at it and had to like really squint at my screen to read it.
Yeah, so there are a few adjustments that'll be made, but
That's
It's not
fine.
the final. It's
That's
not the final
fine.
version.
No.
each week we'll have a different version. It'll just have small edits. See what you can find. It'll be a fun game, guys.
Spot the difference.
Spot the difference.
Whoever spots the difference first gets $10,000, Mr. Beast.
If only I had that many.
Bruh,
Oh,
I
yeah,
ain't
that
paying
much.
that. It's confirmed crackhead's doing it.
I mean, to be fair, he's the only one that's actually working a job too.
I only have $1,500 right now. Which isn't that much.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, no.
No. Like, you guys went
So-
silent there, and I was like, do they think that's that much? Really?
No.
It's not. Like, Chris
You
the
went
other day
silent
said he
because
has...
it's not.
Yeah. No, it's not. I've been spending money on stuff. I spent money on I went to Micro Center on my way home from school yesterday, and I got a Ryzen 7 3700X. So, yeah. $20 off. Which isn't that much, but I'm hoping that if I get that money off here and there, every so often it adds up to a lot at the end. Which, Right now,
it does.
yeah, which
Oh,
right now
yeah.
I think I've bought in 3 parts, and I've gotten all 3 of them on sale, and so far I've saved $250 under retail price through all those things. Which is 2 of them were really good deals. Really, $20 off isn't that good. That's not even 10% of that CPU's price. I think it might be like 8 or something, or 7.5. I don't know. Not even that, probably. That's being generous. Ah, screwdriver. Yeah. Ugh.
That reminds me, I need to actually buy like a tool set to actually work on the computer.
I fix it. I fix it on Amazon. Get a screwdriver kit from them. They have lifetime warranties. So they're a little expensive, but that's what the lifetime warranty is for.
That's fair.
That's the reason it's expensive. I think they're like $40 a screwdriver set or something like that for one that you can use on your computer. But again,
Doug,
yeah.
you do realize that there's a actual podcast category, right?
I'm in the podcast.
is she on just chatting or
category.
something?
She's on just chatting right now.
But I put it in podcast.
Did you not hit
I'm
enter?
fixing
Maybe?
it. Probably. I'm fixing it.
Okay.
I think what happened is she did it, and then it closed itself out, and then so she had to go back and redo it, and she never fixed it. Because
Probably.
if that's the case, I
Okay.
did that too once.
Alright, I will fix it.
Yeah. Thank
But
you,
smooth
Big,
segue.
for saying that.
Oh, Big said something? Should probably put.
Yeah, he
Oh,
pointed
yeah.
it out.
You would
Yeah.
get more viewers like that, probably. I would hope. Stream
In that
closes.
case, I did that too.
Oh, you
Once.
moved it right over my face. I
Yes.
didn't notice that till just now. It was at like nipple level
She
before
said
last
this.
time I looked at it. Oh, did it cut out? Oh no, it's good. Okay. All right.
But we're doing the best we
Podcast.
can, Big.
Talk show and podcast. Okay, boom.
What was the topic we're discussing again?
Oh yeah, alright. New
I don't
smooth
know.
segue, other than Chris's segue earlier. So,
Yes.
My
We're gonna-
segue, redacted segue.
my turn. Shut it. We're gonna start with
Uh,
D&D characters. So, like, D&D
yes.
character development. I love character development and I love lore in everything. So, like, every book that I read has to have so much lore in it. And it drives people insane because they're like, oh, you should read this book. Does it have lore? Does it have story? No, it's just funny. Well, screw that.
yeah, she
There
does
was
not like
a-
comedies.
I love comedies, but they have to be comedies.
Yeah, I
very
will say today,
picky.
not a lot of movies are comedies anymore. And if they might be labeled as comedy, but they're not truly funny.
That's
So
true.
the only like truly recent comedy movie that I found super funny was Daddy's Home. And the first one, not the second one. The second one wasn't as funny.
Daddy is home? I haven't heard of that.
I remember hearing
It
about
was
that.
Will Ferrell, Mark Wahlberg. Mark Wahlberg is the biological dad. Will Ferrell is the stepdad, and they're fighting over who's gonna be the better dad to the kids.
Oh, yeah, I have heard of that. Okay.
Yeah, it's really funny. That's like the most recent movie I can think of that I found truly funny. So yeah, that like was a comedy. Like Deadpool is funny too, but Deadpool is like more action superhero.
Yeah, well, anti-hero technically, I think.
Yeah, but like in the superhero category of movies, since he's
That's very true.
like even Joker I would classify as a superhero category of movies because although he's a villain, it's in that
Oh yeah.
category. Yeah, it's in that area.
I love the comedy that was in Deadpool. Like, I like that kind of comedy, like breaking the fourth wall and everything.
Oh, so you really like my new character then?
Oh yeah, I love. I
You like the
love
ability
that
that I'm
character.
giving a new character. I that reminds me, I need to give.
Oh, maybe we should open up my character and look at these abilities. Since you guys are gonna know them anyway in the campaign, it's not that huge of a spoiler at all.
Spoiler
So one
alert.
ability I gave you was steel spikes.
No. Let me find this out.
Alright.
I want to read this for the first time myself.
Well,
He's gotta
I still
read
have to
it.
actually give you one more ability, and then debating on whether I want to level up an ability, or just give you a fourth one since you're technically level 2 currently.
Yeah, and I think by the next time I level up, I'm gonna apply the level up as a druid level and become a druid at level 3.
Ooh, I love druids.
Okay,
I think
fair
I
enough.
want to level Luna
Oh,
into
that's
druids.
gonna make for an interesting
Yeah.
time.
Because I don't think on this edition druids have to use wooden weapons or anything. I think in this edition they're allowed to use other weapons.
Chris, can you confirm druids have to wear leather armor?
I have
In
natural
5e?
armor anyway right now.
I think technically speaking, yes. However, my campaign is also very much homebrew, so I can mess with shit here and there.
And also too, I think the rules change when you dual class a little bit.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really like the lore we had behind Razor in this campaign. That was really awesome. All that lore, all that crap we got to hear about Razor. That was
Yeah.
really great. That was really awesome.
Amazing.
Yeah,
And
Razor
then
had so
Grounded Rain.
much. Yeah, Razor had
Okay.
so much before he died, you know?
That was great. Yeah.
I love,
Alright, here's-
Oh, go ahead.
No, you ladies first. I'll stop
But
being an
isn't that
incel.
you? Aren't you?
No, I
the-
have XY chromosomes. And I also have a PP. So that's not yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
I can't fight
Keep
that one.
talking like that and I'll say my size.
Shut up! Alright. Screw you.
Oh.
I was gonna
Yeah, you'd
say-
like that.
Don't fight a guy.
Frick off!
Don't fight a guy about whether he has a dick or not.
I will fight you
You
both.
can see how well that goes.
I will fight you both.
And you would lose
You would lose badly.
against me. I don't know about Chris.
No, I
but-
beat Chris up all the time when we were little. I could still beat him
I let you beat me up a lot of times.
up. Anyway, moving on.
That's what they all say.
Yeah, let you guys think what
Alright.
you want.
Alright, so steel spikes. Level 1, creating a line of spikes in a 15-foot line in front of you, lasting for 1d4 rounds. Targets must take a dexterity saving throw at a DC of 17. On failure, they take 1d4 piercing damage and are mobile for the extent time the spikes are active. They are also considered prone. On success, take 1d4 piercing damage, but are still mobile. Cost 2, cooldown 6. They're considered prone. Does that mean they can move?
Being prone means that they cannot, like, basically every attack will hit.
Oh,
So
Okay.
at that point, you can just roll damage, because if you say you're going to attack with something.
okay, I see.
Does
And then
it-
the other ability is the fourth wall. You roll insight against the target's perception to find out what their next move is. On success, you learn who that target plans to attack, giving your target disadvantage if warning their target. Cooldown of 4 rounds.
Yep.
What is
I tried
okay?
to
And
have
on
a little
the
bit of fun with that one.
on the steel spikes too, it says cost 2, cooldown of 6. What does that cost 2 apply to? And also
it's like
see-
your wisdom, which is basically what will be your
Okay.
magic points, quote unquote. Or mana
Okay.
points.
So when I become a druid, and I think druid uses
Well-
wisdom as well. So
You've already got
That's-
2 wisdom points, so you could just use that anytime you want, just once. But
okay.
as you increase your wisdom points, you'll get more times you can use it.
Oh, I like my wisdom modifier. Is that?
Yeah,
or-
your wisdom modifier is what it is.
Okay.
Well, I'm still debating on messing around with some stuff because I don't quite have everything in a way that
Are you
would allow
sure?
everyone to move stuff. Yeah.
I thought on Quicksilver it was more on Razors too. I don't know, maybe I'm stupid though. Oh no,
I
it is. It
can.
is 2 on the. Oh, my charisma is what's high. Okay, never mind. I
Hey,
was thinking of
both
charisma.
characters had like 2 wisdom each.
Yeah.
um.
Okay.
Oh yeah, your strength is insane though.
Yeah, it is. It's a little crazy, but I mean that's the thing is like, oh, he's a fighter. He should be a strong boy. So yeah, I wanna, I wanna get a pet sometime in the next game. I wanna like look around the prison yard for a rat and get a pet rat or something.
I mean,
That's.
Dude.
technically, you already have a pet.
I have Rev, but I mean I could get more, couldn't I?
But he could
Oh
be
shit.
like Allie with like a million pets. Except
Oh.
Allie has demons, but that's not the point here.
Same
I mean,
difference.
Yeah,
fair
exactly.
enough. If you want to try to do that, good luck.
Yeah.
Do it.
Just
got
get me
2
a
weeks.
prison rat. Get me a prison rat for
Dude, a prison rat, and he's like prison hardened and everything. He's like, he can talk and has all that stuff going on. Like,
Rev and the rat can play
Fucking
together.
boom! Perfect!
I hate you guys.
You did this to yourself, man.
You're not wrong. I'm the DM. I
Yeah.
did this to myself.
Haha.
I think seeing Rev level up and Rev as a character is going to be interesting
Wait, is
because
Rev level 1 or level 2? I forget. Oh, yeah, okay.
Rev is level 2
Ooh,
and
Rev gets
Rev
his own
is
level?
Oh, his intelligence is 3. Yeah. So Rev's going to be an interesting character cuz I think we're going to give him a little bit of I think the way I talked about it with Chris was because I don't know. I'm actually not gonna say anything because I don't know if I'm gonna spoil anything or not.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, I'll talk with Chris later on about that instead of pulling a Tom Holland on accident. Yeah. So let's.
Yeah, that might be good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna stop right there because I was about to do the same thing. Shit.
Yeah.
Let's just stop talking about the characters.
Yeah. So for those of you that don't know too, my new character's name in the D&D campaign is Quicksilver, and Quicksilver has this little pet named Rev, and Rev is actually a physical embodiment of the revived power. He is a living creature that was created accidentally by that power, and as of right now, he just makes noises.
He's
he
so
is-
cute!
He's alive, and that's about it.
He's the cutest
And he can do
thing.
some other stuff. He can become like little razor blades in the palm of my hand, and then I have like, sort of like brass knuckles with razor blades on the ends, and that's what he does right now. And as of right now, like nobody in the campaign knows
Right.
about anything else that he can do. And yeah, that's about it. He's just this little glob of, when I imagined him, I thought of mercury. So he imagined him as like this liquid mercury that just sort of sits on my arm in the form of like a bracer, and then whenever I want to talk to him or want him to do something, he can come out of his bracer and like slither around on my arm or like
Show
sort
an
of
image.
just
We don't exactly
flow
have
around
an
my-
image right now.
Yeah, there's not really an image of just a living pool of mercury. That'd be-
Living liquid metal.
Just
Yeah.
like take a
I think-
picture
Think of
of liquid metal and put googly eyes on it. Boom.
I would say think of it. I would say think of it as Venom, and think of it as like a
that's what I
symbiote
was
from the
about to
Marvel
say.
universe. And think of it.
Divorced.
Sorry, I'm tired right now. I'm still waking up on the sleep I've lost.
I mean,
Think
you
of
did
Rev
just wake
as-
up, though.
Yeah, think of Rev as like a symbiote from the Marvel universe, like Deadpool, or sorry, not Venom, Carnage,
He's
people like
Deadpool.
that. I was saying that because Venom attaches Deadpool
Yeah,
at
it's
one point. So
We'll
Venom
do
or
it this way.
Carnage or any of them like that, and think of him as like a little moving thing like that, but it's metallic, and it's like a sort of silvery chrome color.
And like the
Yeah.
cutest thing ever.
Yeah, and then what's his name? Oh yeah, he's named Rev, short for revived. Since he was made from the revived power, he's named after that, and he's just Rev for short. And Quicksilver is just a anthro dragon, meaning it is part so anthro dragons in D&D are like humanoids that through magic get traits of other creatures. And so Quicksilver is a silver anthro dragon. Um Partially human, partially dragon. Not necessarily dragonborn or half dragon. It's a completely different thing. And as of right now, Quicksilver has wings, but due to unknown reasons, those wings are not being able to be used right now. Um, and that's not actually an unknown reason. Wings are just overpowered right now at this point in the campaign. So that's just why. Later on in the campaign, when
Yeah.
it's not as broken, the wings will come back. But as of right now, the wings like broken or something. I don't remember how. We just said it was broken, just so that way I couldn't use them.
I-
'Cause
I don't remember the exact reason we gave.
I think we
That's
said when he fell
why
out of the
you
portal, he
learned.
broke his wing or something like that.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And
That's right.
yeah, and so
So
that's
what
just
did you roll for Dex with that though?
really high.
We just BS'd our way through that then, is what it is.
Pretty much. I mean, it's fair though. I mean, honestly, too, BS happens in D&D all the time. It's.
You're not wrong.
I mean,
I just
rolling
added
nat
a
ones on
final
medicine
ability.
checks, rolling nat ones on death saving throws, rolling
Yeah.
Rolling in that one with the
rolling nat one on
Freaking-
bardic inspiration.
that
Who
I
could that have
allowed
happened
because I
to?
I felt bad.
Yeah.
That was a thing.
Who
Yeah,
did that
it's
happen to
fine.
again? I just can't remember. You know?
I'm salty.
I can tell.
Poor Razor, I loved him. He was such a good
I'm gonna-
character.
I'm gonna milk these jokes as long as I can.
Do it.
Yeah. Yeah, so why don't you guys? Well, I guess Chris can't talk about his character since he, is the game basically.
Well,
But
I mean, I've got
Art, you could talk
uh,
about Luna, I guess.
Luna is there to I pretty much joined the campaign just to look after you guys, since for almost all of you it's your first campaign. So
Oh, okay.
Luna was there to keep to kind of teach you guys about the different mechanics, interrogate. Chris was like, you can ask one question. I'm like, well, no. So I just went out with Luna and was like,
to change that on me entirely.
well, yeah, because
So,
her
I
entire
changed
character
that
is
later.
for interrogations. She went up and interrogated the guy. And Luna's character now is very cold and very, if she sees somebody that she can trust, she'll trust them fully. But until she trusts them fully, they get nothing except for a knife to the back.
Would you say that? How does Luna feel about Jack right now?
He's lucky that she hasn't killed him yet. She's waiting till they get back to the revived world, and then she's backstabbing him hardcore. Ian, please don't be watching this. I'm sorry. But she did trust Razor, which is why she's going to kill him. But
I
she
mean,
needs him to get
to
back.
be
Right
fair,
now.
He can't. We don't know, but we assume he's just died from a knife in the back. But if that's not the case, that's not how you kill him in the revived world. So he might come back to life, and yeah. So
No, she's just gonna stab him 50 times and then accept that that's been his punishment. That he dies 50 times.
oh, okay. I'm
She's
surprised she
gonna
wouldn't kill
punish
him in a more painful way.
Oh,
Like burning him to death or drowning 50
you haven't
times.
met me, have you?
No.
No, it's gonna. I have a plan for this, and it'll be really funny for everyone but
Okay.
Jack.
Yeah.
Quicksilver will love it.
Well, that depends on how that battle actually goes, though. Let's be honest.
My character is probably gonna try and stop you when that happens. Then.
I mean, it'll
Just
be in
for-
the revived, so, and I'm sure that Cernan would help because Cernan also hates him at the moment. Quicksilver's just
Yeah.
I don't know any of you. Please don't kill each other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Quicksilver's new. Quicksilver's also a neutral character. and so was Razor, because I tried to be like a neutral person in real life and instances like that. And so I thought that's really the only part of my character that's truly based on me, because I thought, okay, whatever my alignment is, it has to be what I am, because otherwise I might not follow that alignment. I'm gonna very easily break away from that. So
To be fair, your first character is typically going to be based off of yourself,
yes.
which actually explains a lot when our dog created Allie, a ghost girl that wanted to murder everything.
I love Allie. And
Sounds like Moby Myrtle.
kinda.
Moby Myrtle?
Moby Myrtle.
Oh,
Oh.
Moaning Myrtle.
Moaning Myrtle. Oh.
Stupid Harry Potter person. I don't like that book series.
Oh.
I mean, fair enough. Some people do, some people don't. A lot of people do.
My mom forced me to read it when I was like 4, and I just couldn't pronounce anything, so it was just torture, so I don't like it.
Oh, yeah.
What? Why would you force someone to read a book with that much depth at 4 years old?
Because my mom doesn't like me. She didn't care.
I mean, I could understand if you're insanely smart for your age. Sure.
I could tell you some stories that would not be safe for Twitch about her. So let's move on from this topic.
Yeah, it might be a good idea.
I want to give you a hug now. You poor child.
It's fine. There's a reason I went to college 4.5 hours away from home. So, yeah.
Internet hug.
He just gave me internet COVID.
Distant hug.
Oh no.
Oh, if it worked that way, Zoom would be screwed.
That would be so unfortunate right now.
No one would be safe.
No one would be safe.
It'd be like the Gun Gale season of Sword Art Online. People think that others are dying simply by they're getting killed in the games and then dying in real life, even though that shouldn't be possible anymore.
But what it turned out to be was actually, well, okay, spoilers.
Yeah, no, don't spoil it.
stop.
I know the ending, but if
No
anyone
spoils.
hears
I actually do have a question, Chris. Since we both talked about our D&D characters, but you're the DM, I kind of want you to talk about your character, the Goliath, in my campaign.
No, fucking hell.
okay, fair enough.
Fair enough.
I mean, you can
So
also
the
talk
initial
about Frog.
concept was something about being a split personality disorder, and it kind of evolved from there. It was like, okay, we need a reason as to why he's trying to find a supernatural here. Okay, instead of split personality, let's just do this thing instead. So now he looks like he's schizophrenic, but really he's not.
Oh my
Redacted,
god.
are you in that campaign?
I am not.
Okay, so
You
I can actually
should
talk about
be.
freely here.
Yes, you can.
Warning for those that are in that campaign, because I know Big is. I'm
Big,
about to
get out of
spoil
the
a shit
chat.
ton for it. So,
Wait, for
read
which
between-
campaign?
The Haunted Mansion.
Because I'm only in
Haunted.
Revived. Oh,
Yeah, it's
haunted?
Haunted.
Okay.
Yeah, my campaign.
So, my character seems like he's schizophrenic, but really he's actually talking to a ghost that has been haunting him his entire life.
Okay.
And the initial concept was, okay, he's just got split personality. Sort of one may not be as confident as the other, blah, 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 blah. Then it just kind of evolved from there to be, okay, he has a spirit that takes over his body every once in a while. It's kind of out of nowhere a lot of times.
Oh, it's like Sword Guy.
Yes, from there.
Oh,
Sword guy?
Have you not heard of that anime? It's not a huge anime. It's not very well done.
Yeah, I can't say if I'm gonna look this up now.
The idea is
Sword
that
Guy.
the whole point of that anime is that weapons have souls, and whenever a weapon kills someone, it gets like corrupted, and so the more corrupted a weapon's soul is, the more powerful it gets. Then it can actually take over humans, and yeah. So it's kind of like that. The sword literally takes over your body, and then yeah, it does stuff.
Interesting. I actually want to watch this now.
Yeah, it
Ooh, it's
was
on Netflix.
yeah, I don't know why it got stopped. Oh, am I lagging or is this okay, good. Yeah, I thought it was a good show. It was sort of discontinued though, I think, because there wasn't really anywhere to go with the series. It was one of those things where the creative team just made it hit a wall and then they just couldn't get away from that wall, which I always hate when that happens to good shows.
Oh yeah.
Can't do anything about it. So, yeah. All right, we talked about D&D. Now let's have a smooth segue into the next topic. Yeah, baby.
Woohoo!
Super smooth.
Yeah.
All right, let me just look at my
Like,
book. Give me
fresh
a
jar of
minute.
Skippy. All right.
Actually, funny enough, I had a character that was a weird concept for roleplay, where he had a split personality disorder. It was an actual split personality disorder, but they actually were able to share the body almost seamlessly.
Mhm.
However, one personality had powers that he could actually use, and the other one could not use those powers for some reason. But he was able to use a pair of swords that he carried around.
Okay. So
So
one
it
side
was
was
a
magic based
interesting
and one
concept.
side was physical based,
Yeah, pretty much.
like
Ooh.
damage wise. That's
Yeah,
interesting.
it was a role-play character that I honestly, if I tried to make it into a D&D character of some sort, the only possible way it would happen is in Dan's campaign, and that would only be if Dan allowed it.
I think if I did another campaign, I'd want to make a Tabaxi character. Not draconic anything. I wanted to go draconic on this campaign because I just love dragon stuff. But I've decided the
I love
next
dragons
campaign
too.
I wanna do like something with tabaxis because I really liked the background of tabaxis and I thought they were a cool, unique-ish race to look at and use. And
They
then
are.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
and they had a climb speed too, which I never knew was a thing in D&D till I saw that it was a thing with that. So yeah.
Alright, well, our next topic was Crackhead, do you know anything about creepypastas?
I know that they're like horror stories that people write. Past that, I don't know much.
Okay. Skipping over that then. The next
Is
one was
it a ghostly pasta?
I hate you. I never thought of that before.
I thought of it several years ago, but I never said anything about it until now because there's no good opportunity to use it.
Oh my god.
Mind
Okay.
blown. Okay. Our next.
Uh,
Oh my god.
I've literally been sitting on that one for several years.
I hate
Creepypastas
you.
are like the OG SCPs. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
What's SCP? I know this,
Uh,
but I can't remember what it means.
Can't remember what it actually stands for.
Aaron, what
Hang
does
on.
it stand for? We're stupid.
SCP Foundation, but it's not gonna tell.
It's
Secure,
I don't think it's
contain,
SCP
protect.
Foundation.
It is.
Well, I think it's
Flying
it is,
Spaghetti
yes.
Monsters is
Oh,
our
SCP
okay.
Foundation. Secure, contain, protect is what it is. Flying Spaghetti
Oh,
Monster is a
okay.
horror villain. Oh, isn't that just freaking the?
That's a fake religion that a prisoner made.
That's a beholder. That's all that is. That's just a flying spaghetti monster is a beholder.
There was also a prison inmate at one point who claimed he worshipped a flying spaghetti monster as a god. He called himself a Pastafarian. This is a real thing that happened.
Are you kidding?
I am not. The
That is
prisoner talked to
special.
the prisoner wanted time by himself to plan an escape, and he made up his own religion so that way he could worship it away from the guards, so they couldn't see what he was doing. And then they never made him a worshiping place for it because they knew it was obviously fake, and he didn't tell the guards what he was doing until he got out of prison and explained what he was trying to do. Which, out of all fake gods to make, why that?
I mean,
Yes.
it worked.
No, it didn't. He didn't get a worship area. He didn't get to his time away from the guards to do what he wanted. He was still stuck in his cell.
To be fair, he had an idea. Didn't quite do what he wanted, but he had an idea.
It was just a failed idea.
Yeah, exactly. It was failed, so it didn't work then. Alright, so what's the topic you wanted to talk about next?
Alright, the next topic is dogs. Very wide
I just
topic.
saw mine for the first time last night.
Aww.
Maybe I could, since getting back from college, where did I put my phone? Because I could probably post this to the main chat.
Oh, show a picture of your puppy. I'll put it up on stream.
I think, one sec, let me
You can figure out how to do that.
go talk about what you guys want. I'm going to take like 30 seconds to look for my phone. I think it's either somewhere in my room or somewhere on the floor, so I'll be right back.
Alright. Dogs. I love dogs. It is in my name. My favorite breed of dog.
I mean, you called Art dog.
Yeah, shut up. My favorite breed of dog is pit bull. Because they're like the most misunderstood dogs, and they're freaking sweethearts.
You're not wrong, they really are.
Not a fan of little dogs. They're very yippy dogs, but I still love them. I have a little dog. He's sitting on my bed. He's very cute. My pit bull isn't in here, and I'm sad. She abandoned me.
Savage.
Okay, it's an image, and then I hit add source, and then I hit add new source, and then I say image. I want it to be Indy because that's the dog that I'm adding first. So it'll be Indy. Add source. I need to browse for an image. Oh, thank God.
I'm gonna post this to the little group chat we have on Discord for all this.
And it's a good thing that I just recently did something there. Then.
There we go.
I'm gonna put all three dogs on screen.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a video.
I just took it on Snapchat.
Even better. Alright. Boom, that's one.
She literally pushed me down the stairs.
Oh.
That wasn't me walking down, that was her pushing me.
That's actually kind of funny.
She's so cute.
Yeah. Yeah. She is, yeah. I'm like her trainer too, so whenever I come home, because I spend a lot of time with her, she yeah. I mean, every time she does something I don't expect. And is my Wi-Fi going out or is that yours?
We can hear you.
Oh, never mind. I think my Wi-Fi is being bad right now. My home Wi-Fi's never been good. My school Wi-Fi was better than my home Wi-Fi, which is saying a lot.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yikes.
I also have. Oh. Is that me or you?
Error.
Hello. What? Is there an error on my stream?
I just had network error pop up, so we're about to find
error,
out.
please try again. So that's, if it's popped up on Chris and mine's, it's probably popped up on theirs.
Okay.
Yay! It wouldn't be a procrastinator stream without a cutout. Because that's what happened 3 times the last time.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, but it wasn't network error the last time. It was just the flat out stream being stupid.
Okay. Well, you know what? Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, it's technically working.
Alright, all fixed. Probably.
Alright,
I
told the chat. Let the chat know.
Although, I think it was just somehow on both of our ends, but no one else had that issue pop up. Which is kind of funny. That was just the two sides.
Just there's the two of us?
I think so.
Okay, maybe I'll try reloading the page then?
Stream,
yeah,
please
just
confirm.
Load the page and it should be fine.
Oh, never mind, it's good. Yeah. So did you ever show the video of my dog? Oh, it's taking
It's
a
just
little
got
bit
our dogs up.
I
Our dog and I's dog right now.
The reason it started to lag is because I had to download the video to show it. And that, I think, killed the stream. So I'm going to screenshot a spot where it shows your
Um,
puppy.
Okay, never
that
never makes me download it, just lets me play it. Weird.
that had to have been taken like 2 or 3 years ago.
Which one? Well, both of them were, but
The indies picture that you got on stream right now.
yeah, both of them were taken a while ago.
Yeah.
The only reason I say that it was 2 or 3 years ago is because I recognize the TV stand that we got in the background.
Oh, that makes sense.
Oh, I don't know if her stream 2 knows that we had to move. All right, I'm just gonna say.
Hmm?
All
Refresh
right.
the page.
I don't know if her old stream chat can see that or not, but
Yeah,
a lot of the chat
they
isn't
can.
here, which makes me think that okay, they should be able to. Yeah.
Yeah,
But to just
can.
drop from 6 to 2 like that shouldn't happen. So maybe I'm still
Yeah.
lagging a little bit, but it's showing that you have 2 viewers right now. So I don't know. Maybe that's me.
The fuck?
Boom.
So
We got the
segueing from
doggos.
yeah. So we all have dogs. We know that. But do we all have dream dogs? That's what I want to know too.
Dream dogs. Like what you'd
A
love to have.
a dog that you want to have, like any type of dog breed that you want to have.
Dude, I'd want a mastiff. Like, you guys know what mastiffs are,
Well, you wouldn't
right?
be pulled around everywhere.
Yeah, they're big
Is what
dogs
you're
that
saying.
they're big dogs where you have to pick up 9 bags of dog poop every day.
Well, yeah, but like,
It's-
I love big dogs. They're just the most cuddly
They're
dogs
cute.
on the planet.
They're
And,
cute
like-
and they're super nice. I want a Dogo
yeah.
Argentino.
Ooh, those are so
Argentino.
cute.
Dogo Argentino or Doberman Pinschers are like my 2 favorite dogs, and Rhodesian Ridgebacks. Those are like my top 3.
They
If
have
I could get
so much
any
energy
one of those
too.
at any point in life, life would be fulfilled, and I'd be very, very happy. Preferably a Dogo Argentino or a Doberman Pinscher. Ridgebacks are cool, but I don't know if I like them. I like them, but I don't know if I like them as more as the other 2. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Chris, what about you? Dream dog or dream cat? You can go with cat too.
I don't have one at the moment.
You
Cats
are
are
a
a different
crime.
story.
I'd love
Cats
to have
for
a
me,
Maine
the cat is a
Coon.
Maine Coon. I for sure
Heck
want a Maine
yeah.
Coon more than I want a Doberman Pinscher or Dogo Argentino. I'm more of a cat person than a dog person.
I'm the weird mix. I love both equally.
I love both, but I like cats a little bit more because I've been bitten by 3 dogs in my life. And I also had a dog that was schizophrenic, and that was really scary. That was really scary.
Poor baby.
He would just like, yeah. No, it was, I would say poor baby, but looking back, I don't think that. I think of just how scary it was. Because it wasn't exactly schizophrenia, but it was like a dog equivalent. Basically, what happened is he had like certain underlying like wolf genes, and he'd basically go primal at random moments, and so it was scary.
Are you sure you didn't
Um,
have like rabies or something?
He didn't. It was a genetic thing. We got him tested for it, and
That's
the
weird.
doctors tested his genes and found it. So we know it was a thing like that.
I've never heard
was
of that
called-
happening.
He was a Springer Spaniel. It was called Springer's Rage, because it's common in Springer Spaniels to have that genetic thing. I don't know why. It just
Oh.
is.
That makes
yeah.
sense.
And so I mean, I call it schizophrenia. Really, on the internet it's called rage. But one of the first if you look up Springer's Rage, the first thing is rage syndrome. But then the first people also ask section is what is Springer Rage. So it's a sort of common thing. But yeah, he had that, and that was scary because he slept in. Looking back, I should not have let him sleep in my room at that time when I found that out. But I didn't know better at the time, so I just let him sleep in my room. I woke up once and he was definitely going through an episode. And I just stayed in my bed, and I just was late to school, and I didn't care. My mom slept through because my brother didn't have school that day. So she didn't have to wake up or come get me, so I just stayed in my room. I just stayed silent, and I let him do his thing. And then when he went back to sleep, I left the room and I closed the door. It was scary. So yeah, still like dogs, but I've just had some instances where they've scared me, so I like cats a little bit more.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. So on that note, what's the next topic so we can leave this depressing spot that I just left to see?
Let's see. Let's see what I can BS this time. Alright.
I've had a life.
You have had,
I've
like,
had a-
an interesting life, my dude.
I have. Not in the best way all the time, but it's been an interesting life. So, yeah.
Alright, so I already know the answer to, like, favorite video games, but least favorite video games.
If you know the answer to favorite video games, what's my favorite video game?
Skyrim.
Okay, she did know. Never mind. Least favorite.
Ew. I'm not a bad friend.
I'm not. I don't think you're a bad friend. I just couldn't remember talking about that at all before. Like, I don't talk about Skyrim. Sometimes I don't know if I've labeled it as my favorite before.
You talk about Skyrim so much.
Every time you talk about Skyrim, it's basically a podcast in itself.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I know that, but I just don't know how many times I've talked about Skyrim, because I can't remember the last time we've... or the last time if you guys don't talk about it, I talk about it. I can't remember the last time I've talked
about it.
Yeah, I do.
It's not talking, it's rambling.
Yeah.
It's
rambling
really
to
nice
you
to
guys,
listen to, though.
because I'm the type of person who knows everything about that game.
Heck
I
yeah.
can tell you something about it that you haven't probably seen until you play it again and I point it out to you.
Dude, if I play it,
I've
if I
never
ever play it, I'm getting you to play it with me. Like, to just sit there and talk
It's a
to me
single
while.
player.
Just sit there and talk
it's a
to me
single
while.
player.
You don't have to
Unless
play
we get
it.
Skyrim together, which is a mod for it, but it's really glitchy.
Oh. But you can be in a call with me, so ha.
Fair enough.
You could do the same thing that Dan and I were doing whenever I was playing Final Fantasy IX, is just him in a call listening to me fail miserably every single time I try to do something.
Exactly.
Okay, we could do that then, yeah.
Heck
I'd
yeah.
be down for that.
Heck
But
yeah.
least favorite game. I don't know. I'd have to think about that because there's some bad ones.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there are.
Oh yeah.
There are.
You know, out of the games I have played, let me pull up the Xbox app and just look at all the games I have because I haven't played any PC stuff yet, or at least not a huge amount. Even like I'm getting into PC though, and I'm for sure building one, so I'm getting into it, but I haven't done a
I was
lot.
gonna say
yet.
you're helping me build one, so.
Yeah. No, I've done a lot of PC building. I haven't done a lot of PC playing.
I think that, like, I don't have many least favorite games because I don't really play games unless they're multiplayer. So can I just say that my least favorite game is all games that I can't play with people? Because I only like games if I have friendship. Yeah.
Anyone who plays single player games, we apologize for our
I
dogs
don't.
tasting games.
I don't apologize because I don't like single player games. There's nothing wrong with them. It's just that I hate playing games for myself because I don't have the attention span for it.
See, I'm an introverted person, so it's not as big a deal for me.
She's an introverted person.
Well, you know what? She can shut up then.
Screw you.
Yeah, you'd like that, wouldn't you?
I will hurt you. Wait, don't
Yes.
you dare. Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
Joke's on you, I'm into that shit.
I hate you.
Our dog, you are walking into every possible situation.
I hate you. I hate
It's your own fault.
Alright, here
leaving.
we are. Games I own.
Let me take a look at some of the games I own too.
Oh, it's not. It's only showing 2. Why is it only showing 2? Darn it. Okay. Maybe it'll
Steam
pull up
too.
differently. I was using the Xbox app. What if I use the Xbox console companion app and look at this?
I've got so many games as not even. Let me check all my DS games. I can probably come up with one DS set.
1 sec.
Oh, I've got Dark of the Moon.
Okay, never mind. I thought someone was
Game.
talking to me. They're talking to someone else.
Black 2, black, white.
I like how we're
Oh,
all
here we
just
go.
opening up our Steam libraries like, what games do I have?
I'm not just looking at my Steam library. I'm looking at all my physical DS games.
Oh, I can pull up
Jeebus.
achievements, and then I can just look at every game that I've played.
I would say probably the Sorcerer's Apprentice is definitely up there. The one that came out with the live action movie.
Oh?
Because
I thought you liked that game.
okay, it's fun to a point, but it's bad. So, I mean,
Okay.
I think.
that is up there. At
Oh,
least
I know mine. I know mine. Smite. It's Smite.
Smite?
Oh,
The game Smite is a. You keep talking, actually. I just was interrupted you because I hate this game so much.
I just want to say, isn't that one of the games you wanted to play during the collab?
I did, and I realized I learned something about it. And you know what? You just keep talking about yours, and I'll explain why it's not my favorite.
But the only reason I don't really like the Sorcerer's Apprentice is that it's. I get the concept of the game. I get that it's trying to follow along with the story of the actual movie, but at the same time, it's so slow paced and it's so confusing on how it actually does things that you don't learn everything you need to by the midpoint. And I think I only got to the midpoint. I never actually finished it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, you can go ahead and talk about Smite now.
Okay, so I kept before that collab, I hadn't played Smite up to the point where I didn't like it. I really liked Smite up to that point, and then after that collab, I kept playing it, and then I hit a wall in the game where I lose 15 times in a row, and then win once, and it felt like by pure accident. And I looked it up, and so level 30 is when you hit ranked mode, which is I think already really stupid because it's hard to level in that game unless you're winning. And so if you're not winning, you're not going to level, and you're not going to get to ranked. And I think that ranked mode should be completely open in every game you play, because then you learn best in ranked. You're always going to be with the noobs in the lower levels, or the people who don't know how to play very well in the lower levels, and you'll only improve when you get better. So that's my first pet peeve with it, is you'll get ranked pretty much halfway to reaching I don't actually know what the max level in the game is anymore, but the ranked is just super high in that game. The other thing I have a pet peeve with is you fight bots a lot early on. And so you think a build in the game is good, or you think you're doing a good job with stuff, and then you play the real game and you learn you're actually super bad because you're only playing bots up to like level 15 or something. And
Oh,
the
yeah,
game
so-
doesn't tell you that. And the other thing is, the last thing that I really hate is the community is just toxic. People will, like, if you're bad, they'll message you and say, "What the f are you doing? You're such a stupid cunt," whatever. And I mean, they're just
Oh yeah,
mean.
I've seen that too.
And whenever you're they don't like noobs too. Like if you go into the Minecraft page or like the Smite club, whatever, and they're all the like games that I've seen join, if I join them and say that I'm new to the game and I'm trying to learn, they'll be like, okay, cool, sure. And then when you're playing the game, they'll like make fun of you for doing something bad and not tell you what you're doing wrong. And then they get mad at you when you're doing it a lot and they never tell you how to fix it. And if they do, they're like screaming and yelling at you for no reason. And it's like, at first I thought, oh, they're just like being mean to me, it's like joke with me and stuff. And then later on,
Mhm.
I was like, oh no, they're being really effing toxic. Which I don't know why I'm saying effing, because I don't care about saying the word fuck. But like it was all of that like little stuff combined just made me hate the game. And it's not pay to win though. I mean, if you're good at League of Legends, you'll probably be good at that. But the other thing about the game is it doesn't hold your hand at all. Which in any other game I'd say like okay, but there's a lot of mechanics with that game to get. Like
That's true.
there's easily over like maybe 50-ish characters. If I had to wager a guess from what I remember about the game, I'd say there's easily over 50 characters to play, So there's no tutorial with each character whenever you get it, because you have to like buy the characters with in-game currency, which it's not pay to win. You can get the currency to get new characters yourself pretty easily. It's not really hard.
Yeah.
So it doesn't hold your hand with every new character. The only way to learn how to use the character is to actually pull it into a game and then read all the stats in game, which is just a little annoying, I think. How simple is it to bring up like a 30-second little play around where you just use all the powers and then it lets you go? I think that's all it needs. And then the other thing I think is just there's a huge problem with Smurf accounts as well. There's tons of people that will make new accounts just to play against noobs and just to beat them. And that was really annoying because there were like 3 games I hopped into where I was playing with other like veteran players, and at the end of it I was like, yeah, I'm done learning this game. Like, because they were one group too that was really nice, and they did tell me how to do stuff well, and they were being really nice. But after the game, I was like, yeah, if you guys are having fun, good for you, but I can't play this anymore. Like, we've been in like 5 games in a row where all we're hitting is obviously veteran players because they're doing things only veteran players would know about or would know how to do. And I doubt the game company does anything to fix any of that. So yeah, I'm gonna hop away from it. The really huge problem I had was ranked, too. No game should have a level you have to hit ranked, especially like a level like 30, where I mean it's in that game it's kind of hard to level if you're losing a lot. If it was easier to hit level 30, maybe fine, but it is so hard to hit it. It is not worth the effort to try and get to ranked in that. And ranked is just the best way to learn those games, because like I said earlier, you're fighting people who are at your same level of experience in the game. And so ranked just isn't a good mode to have unlocked at such a late time. If it's like level 10 or level 15 or whatever level when the bots disappear and you stop fighting bots, start fighting real people, I'd get it. But level 30 is just too high. So yeah. That's my rant on that game. How about you, Art? What games do you hate? Or what game do you hate most?
I'm gonna get in trouble for this because you were just talking about a game that's super hard and like it's all hard. And the only game that I can think of that I really, really hated playing is Closers. And it's because it was too easy.
No, I don't like that
I
either.
remember that game.
I don't like when games are too easy either.
I hate it when there's no challenge.
Yeah, the game was almost like you were supposed to be, I think, entirely damaged and like the DPS. I'm supposed to be entirely tank. I could take out the enemies before you could take out the enemies most of the.
Dude, I went back later and tried it to test it out, and I played the healer character. You can kill everything. You don't need to use your healing spells. I didn't take any damage. I hated how easy it was because I hate easy games. I hate it. I also hate it when like, because when I was younger, I'd always play games and be like good at them. And that's like part of the reason I don't play single player games, because if you're good at games, like you're gonna get through it easily. And I hate that. I love a challenge. That's why I play with people.
That's why I changed Persona 5 Royal to hard recently as well.
See,
so I was starting to have to use the time.
With single player games, there's got to be a balance, because I mean, in some games, like you want to feel like a god or something. Yes. You want to reach that god mode where you can reach that power level, and that's what Skyrim. That's why I like Skyrim, because Skyrim it's possible to reach that level, but at the same time, start as like a little wimp.
But you want to have to work hard for that level, not just immediately get it. Like,
agreed.
Yeah. The only game I've really played where I felt super overpowered and liked the game was Just Cause 4. It's the only game in the Just Cause series I've played. I've heard Just Cause 3 is awesome, but I loved playing that game. I just felt overpowered as heck, going around killing everything, and I loved how stupid the physics engine was. I really just sort of liked how stupid the game was. Like, the game was almost so bad in certain aspects that it was good.
Bad games are always so fun to play.
Yes, and so I really liked that game, and the cinematics and the storyline. The storyline was pretty bland, but the cinematics and the cutscenes were pretty good, and I thought the mechanics of the game were pretty well made too.
It's called Just Cause, so I mean. There
Yes,
you
he
go.
does.
Yeah. And I mean, there's still like some online aspects too, where like you can play with friends, or there's challenges in the world, like pulling your chute as close to the ground. There's gonna be like, if your other Xbox friends play that game, there's a leaderboard of how close you get to the ground before pulling your chute, or
Oh
something
god.
like that.
Ooh.
And there's like a bunch of those challenges all around the world, and you do them on accident, and then they pop up. So you gotta read what it is and then do it. And so yeah, it's a fun game. Um, because it's made it the game easy, but it's done a bunch of other things to make that fun in its own way. And so that's where I'd call an exception to the easy games thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I don't really care
if a
about a
game is
game being hard. No, it's just that game is hard, and it's hard in areas where it doesn't need to be hard. That's my problem with it, if that
Mm-hmm.
makes
yeah, I mean that's
sense.
fair.
Oh yeah.
You don't need to hit level 30 to start
If
doing ranked.
if I
That
had to
doesn't.
name a game
That's dumb.
that was hard unnecessarily,
Mhm.
it would have to be. Why can't I remember the name of it now?
I mean, look at other games to rant about.
Yeah, let's just start ranting about games suddenly.
Among Us
Um,
public lobbies. That's my I don't like them.
Oh, Among Us public lobbies. Fucking hell. I mean, I can understand if someone's new to the game. If you're new to the game
Yes.
and you don't know anything about it, that is fair. You're still learning. But if you're a veteran and making the dumbest decisions ever, then I can be a little annoyed with you.
My problem is toxic people.
I
I mean,
don't like
toxic
it
people
either.
tend to get voted out a lot of times anyway. So, I mean,
Toxic
Ooh.
people who don't act toxic are the worst.
Yeah.
oh god,
Do you
you're
know,
not wrong
or
about it.
act like they're not being toxic.
Yeah, I hate that. I hate
I
it.
Oh,
have-
I agree with you.
I have one guy in my So for anyone watching who doesn't know, I'm a wood tech major at my school, and basically there's just this. We're taking a wood science test, and we're looking at formulas to calculate moisture content and buoyancy force of a log and stuff, and all that crap. Pretty basic stuff. And what there are these two guys arguing, and they were both obviously frustrated. And I told them to like just stop being angry and just like, let's just study, let's just prepare for the final, let's get out of here. And one of them was like, "I'm not being rude. Why would you think I'm being rude?" It's like you were raising your voice at him. You were telling him to shut up. You're obviously being rude, whether you like it or not. Don't even act like you're doing that too. I don't care if you're being a mean guy as long as you just acknowledge it and then just move on. But he wasn't even acknowledging it, and he was like still holding on to it. And at the end of the session, he was like talking to us about how to avoid conflict and how to end it. And I was just I let him keep
Jeez.
talking, and then I walked out with the other guy, and I was telling him, and I was like, yeah, he was being stupid. And frankly, he was like starting. The only reason too they were fighting too is because he was talking about how there was an easier way to do the formula, and so he was trying, so he was holding on to that, and um, so person one who was talking about how we weren't solving conflict right was the one who was starting things too. So he started it because we're doing formulas in one way, and he was like, "There's an easier way to condense it and do less work." Um, and that is true. There was an easier way to condense it and do less work. It was also more complicated and harder to memorize. And the numbers were weirder numbers, and so we didn't want to use them. For good reason.
Oh, yeah.
although
That's
it's
fair.
although it's less steps, that doesn't necessarily make it easier.
Mhm.
And so I let him talk. I let him do what he wants because frankly, there's no arguing with people like that or reasoning people like that because they're not going to listen. And so I just let him talk. And I mean, I was walking away with the other guy, and he was like, "You don't like him either, right?" And I was like, "I definitely don't like him, but I also don't hate him." So just because I don't really care for people like that, I'm just gonna stay away from him, whatever.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. Okay, here's a game that I can rant about, Shadowverse. The only reason I'm ranting about it is because it's incredibly stupid how it's downloading thing. So I'll download it from Steam, and then I open the game, and it has to download again, and it doesn't make fucking sense. I
Oh,
haven't
it
even
might be an
played it.
update. It might be an update or something.
And I'm like, I'll download it, and then immediately when I open it after it's done downloading, it just downloads again. It's like, why?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
Oh,
Mm.
one
I have
game.
8 minute playtime, and that's me just trying to get it to update.
One game I dislike is Warframe. But that's just because I think the game isn't for me.
Oh, I
Oh
know.
yeah.
I played that once before
Yeah.
on stream.
I think it was
It,
just. I think if I put time into it, I could like it. But I don't think I should have to put time into a game to like it.
I
And not.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's one point where I was like finding resources to like make a thing of a new armor or whatever, and I calculated how long it'd take me to get 10% of a resource. It'd take me like 10 minutes. So then it'd take me 100 minutes to get that whole resource, and there are 4 resources I'd have to get for the armor. So it'd take me, if that was the same pattern, like 6 hours to get the armor. And it wasn't even
Ooh.
that good of armor. It
Oh
was like very
God.
base starting off stuff. And so I just sort of thought, and someone walked through there like, oh, if you join a clan, you can get resources really easily. Well, that shouldn't matter.
I mean,
No
you
matter what,
shouldn't.
like, well, no matter what online game you're playing, you shouldn't have to join a group of people to get a basic item. If it is a basic
That's
item, you should
true.
be able to get it by yourself. If it's a really advanced, far in-game item, that's another thing. But if it's a base set of armor, it shouldn't have to take that much work to do it.
No,
Yeah.
I
And
agree. I remember whenever I played it first, I was like, okay, we get through all this, and I remember looking at everything. I was like, there's a lot to this game. I've only barely gone through this, and I haven't even upgraded shit.
yeah, and it's really just a lot of grinding too. It's not really anything else. And it's honestly, if the grinding was unique, I'd like it. But it's the same enemies. It's the same environments. It's the same resources. It is so bland in that regard that I just it's not for me. For other people who are really into grinding like that and really love spending their time doing stuff like that, that's for you. Go ahead. Like you're having fun with that.
Mhm.
Do it. It's not for me. Um
I agree.
yeah. Otherwise there are only like 2 other games I dislike. One is Jump Force, which is basically Super Smash Bros. But anime characters.
Oh
I was
yeah.
Um
wondering why I recognized that name.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, good fun game. I think it's a little overpriced for what it is. And there's a campaign to the game, but the campaign is super long and super bland. Um, and the campaign is basically just the same. Like the way the game works is it's 3v3, fight until all 3 other characters are knocked out, and the whole campaign is just you fighting sets of 3 enemies until you beat them over and over and over. That's all it is. It's just those 3v3 fights. There's no other type of fighting style. There's no any like fights where there's going to be special rules or unique things to do. It is all just a blank field and you fighting your enemy. And I think there's, and the campaign itself too, the stuff, the cutscenes and the actual like purpose of the campaign is equally as bland, and that's why I don't like that game. If you're playing against someone, it's pretty fun. But if you're just playing by yourself doing the campaign, it's not worth it. And even playing with someone, it's gonna get pretty bland after a while.
Yeah, I
And then
mean, that's how a lot of fighting games are too, though.
yeah, but the thing is though, like you could have done other stuff to spice up the combat in that game. Or spice up the campaign in general. If you're gonna have a campaign in the game, you better put some time into it. Otherwise, I'd rather that game have no campaign at all, because it's just pointless at
Mhm.
that point. And the only other game I don't really like a lot too is Destiny 2. That's just because I think it's just a reskin of Destiny 1. I think it's
I
just the
honestly
same.
just haven't even played Destiny before, so
It's Destiny 2 is when I started playing Destiny 2, I think it was the same game as Destiny 1. Um Say what you want about Destiny 2. I didn't like it. I think it's got better mechanics and stuff because it's a different game. But I think overall it's the same as Destiny 1. It's just got a different name. So yeah.
I have one that I don't personally like it because it's very toxic.
Mhm.
what is it?
Brawlhalla.
Okay, yeah, you're not wrong on that one.
I don't like it because it's just Smash Bros. It's just Smash
I mean,
Bros.
okay,
It is, right?
it's Smash Brothers to a point. It does have its own different mechanics, but to a point, you're not wrong.
And like you have to play for I think it's like 6 hours to unlock one character. And there are over 100 characters to unlock.
Okay, I can actually correct you on that one. So
What is
there's
it?
actually a lot less characters than that. Brawlhalla has apparently I think it's got another new character coming out soon.
It's got 1,000 characters.
It's got
Good God.
1,000,000 characters.
I think it's got about 30 to 50 characters. I
Okay.
have to update it to actually be able to open it, so I have to go to its page.
But then it probably takes more time to unlock everyone, though, doesn't it? If the first one takes 6 hours, the next one probably takes like 8 then.
Okay,
Or is
that's not
is that
actually
wrong
how
too?
it. That would be wrong. So the way
Okay.
it works is that you can buy with in-game currency. If you want to, you can buy an expansion pass that gives you all the characters. I did not do that. I have over 800 hours in the game. I will just admit that off the bat.
Okay, that's
It's fun to play every once in a while. I enjoy it. Not everyone will, but I do.
understandable.
Let's see. If I can find where it says.
How many
come on,
characters do you have
tell me.
unlocked after 800 hours?
All of them.
Okay, that's
I-
normal then.
Literally.
Yeah, that's not.
I'd
Literally,
say
if
that's
I
pretty-
wanted to, I could skip out on a few characters because I've already got my main. But
Okay.
I do have every single one.
I mean, honestly, too, some games you can play for 1,000 hours and not unlock everything. So I think that
Yeah.
800 hours and getting everything, no
I
matter
think
what
I
type
had
of player you are, that's
everything.
fair.
I think I had everything about hour 300, and then I just kind of slowly unlocked everything from there. When it came to the
Okay.
characters, there are
That's
extra
fine.
skins and stuff like that, but I mean, I
Yeah.
just go with the characters.
That's
I
fine.
see.
Yeah.
Over 40
Um,
legends, and it does rotate out weekly what legends are available to everyone, so you don't necessarily have to unlock any legends if you don't want to, because you've got plenty to choose from. But some people do find that one legend that they really resonate with, and then they buy that one.
mhm.
That's actually what happened with me when Yumiko was released,
What
and that's the character I can wreck everyone with.
can I flip this and say? What are some games you guys think are underappreciated?
Ooh.
Hearthstone.
Okay, that's a good one.
Fair.
I like Hearthstone. I don't know, a lot of the games that I play are really popular. Because, like, somebody will get me to play it, and I'm like,
that's a lot
okay.
of people.
Understandable. There's
Yeah.
a version of Attack on Titan 2 to play on the Xbox, and a lot of Attack on Titan fans, if they know about it, don't always like it. But I think it's a really good game, and I think anyone who likes Attack on Titan or likes anime style stuff would like it. I think the mechanics of the game are just really smooth. I think killing the Titans in the game is really satisfying. The only pet peeve I have with the game is it's literally just Season 1 and Season 2 of Attack on Titan in video game form. Like, if you play that video game, you're basically watching all of Attack on Titan Season 1 and Season 2 in cutscenes in video game form. And I'm not exaggerating or joking at all. I think it's all just video game versions of the episodes.
Yeah, that's kind of iffy.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But if you just skip the cutscenes and play the game and follow like your character's part of it, then it's actually like really fun and cool.
Hey.
And then there's one other game I liked called Dauntless that I liked to play. And that was
I know that one.
Yeah.
I know that one.
it was basically discount Monster Hunter made by Epic Games, but it is like if Monster Hunter and Fortnite combined, and it's really fun. It sounds like such a weird way to describe it, but it's a fun game. And I think the last game I'd have to say I like to do things in sets of 3, so this is my last set of this 3. but
That's fair.
Castlevania Lord of Shadows 2. Um, it was a game released in 2014 for the Xbox 360, and it is just a really well-made game. It has a really good storyline, really good graphics. Controls are really, really smooth. The voice acting in the game is spot on. The art in the game is spot on. The lore of the game is good. There's really nothing I can complain about in the game, except for the fact that maybe sometimes the combat gets a little repetitive. But I think that's a hard thing to not make boring. You know, I think there's a lot of game. It's hard to not make combat repetitive.
Mm-hmm.
It's really
I
hard
mean,
to
that's
not.
true.
Um, it's just one of those things where like, oh, if your whole game is gonna be like this, like how can you make combat interesting the whole game? It's really hard. I can't think of a game where I've been interested in combat the whole game. So, yeah.
Alright, Doc, if you want to go ahead and go with yours next.
I mean, Hearthstone, man.
So
Yeah,
you just had
I-
Hearthstone.
I
I couldn't remember if you had any
don't-
others that you wanted to talk about.
Not really. I mean, most of the ones that I play, like Among Us, I played before that got popular. So I would say Among Us, and then it got popular. It's all those types
But now
of
it's
games.
appreciated.
Yeah, now it's
That's
appreciated.
fair. Okay.
And like
I had a
Phasmophobia and
game.
things like that.
And I need to look this up to make sure it's what I think it is before I actually say it. So give me just a second. Make sure it's actually
I could say Don't Starve Together. That one's pretty good. But I mean, that was very appreciated for a very long time, so.
oh yeah, that's a really big game. If I can get my shit
Dungeon
to
Keeper.
load, come on.
Dude, I found it. Dungeon Keeper.
Oh,
That one.
Oh,
Dungeon Keeper is really freaking good.
Yeah, that one, like, I hated the timed levels because I always wanted to build the dungeon. I wanted to build the dungeon, make it nice and pretty, and then go kill people. You know, like you do. And it's so...
yeah, I don't know.
Go ahead.
I watched Chris play. It's not the game for me, but if you guys like it, that's cool.
And that's fair.
I like it because I can
Okay.
sit there for hours and just build until the time limit starts, and then I get mad and sad.
That's when you know a game is good, is when you can sit there by yourself and just play for hours and hours and let time go by.
Oh yeah.
Heck yeah.
Okay. So the game I'm going to talk about is Pokemon Conquest. Now, so
I've heard of this, I think.
Yep.
not many people have played it. From what I was looking at sales to make sure that was actually what I think it was. So Pokemon Conquest is a Pokemon game, obviously, but it takes the
Really?
mechanics.
You
and
think Pokemon
puts-
Conquest is a Pokemon game? No.
I
Fuck
never would have
you.
guessed. Are you sure?
Okay. All right. Okay. So I think it was Art Dog who it was either Art Dog or one of our parents that got it for me for Christmas one year. I
Huh?
think
Mhm.
Me.
I couldn't
Loser.
remember. And it's a Pokemon game that is a strategy game, kind of like how Fire Emblem.
I've never played Fire Emblem. All I know is that it got really
Uh,
memed up when they added a bunch of characters to Smash Bros.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, you're not wrong. People hate the fact that there's so many Fire Emblem characters. Look at how many games it has. Good God, people.
But no one's heard of Fire Emblem is the thing.
Yeah.
Apparently. I've never played a Fire Emblem game, but I've been meaning to. Anyway, back to Pokemon Conquest. So,
I'm sorry, did you
It
just say
is-
there's a bunch of Fire Emblem games but you've never played one? Maybe that's why people didn't want the characters. Because they were also too, from what I heard, they were just reskins as well.
Yeah.
They're
I mean,
just
a
all
lot of
the
times
same-
they are.
All the same like abilities but just reskins. That's all the characters.
Yeah, I think there's only one that I found unique in the game. And that was like the time one or whatever.
Are you talking about Bayonetta? Because that's the only one I can think of that involves time, and she is not from Fire Emblem.
It's a blonde dude.
Are you talking about
He has
Robin?
a sword. He
Batman?
has like
All of them have swords.
he has like he has like 5 different abilities.
Do they say Elwind a lot?
I don't know.
We need to play
Moving
Smash
on.
Ultimate more apparently.
Moving on, please continue.
Anyway, so it's a turn-based strategy game where you use Pokemon, and they each have their own one move that they can use, and it does have the type weaknesses, resistances, and you're basically going around trying to basically rule over an entire kingdom, and each
It's like solitaire, or not
castle area.
solitaire, but it's like Risk but with Pokemon.
Actually, that's a pretty good analogy for it. You're not wrong.
Dang.
But each type is represented aside from Fairy because it came out before Fairy was introduced. I think it came out Gen 5.
So
I think
like
it takes place in the Rensai region. And they don't use Pokeballs at all. So your Pokemon companion is always with you.
I always liked that. I loved
Yeah.
having Pokemon be outside their Pokeball. I wish.
Yeah.
Did they bring that back? I can't remember.
They brought that back for the Isle of Armor and Crown DLC.
I
But you can
loved
only have them outside the Pokeball in those 2 areas.
I loved Pokemon Rangers because I think it was the 3rd one because all the Pokemon
Oh,
followed
Guardian
you
Fine.
everywhere and it was amazing.
Oh yeah.
It made and you could get all the Pichus and have an entire thing of Pichus and just have a herd of Pichus following you.
Oh god, yeah, you're not wrong.
I think
All
there
they
was a
do
way
is
to like
reach,
raise. There is a way to like raise friendship by doing that too. Like for every 200 steps they're outside their Pokeball, it gives like 1 friendship,
Oh, that
yeah,
was
I think
in
it does
Silver.
help out with that a lot.
which is really a super easy way to level up friendship. Like
And that
Yeah,
is
it's
why
actually
Ferelli
about
200
was
friendship
steps is not that-
evolution.
200 steps sounds like a lot, but it is not that much.
No, it's not.
It really isn't.
Uh.
Um,
So yeah.